You shall love your neighbor as yourself. As mentioned, today following the homily, we will be naming and commending those who have gone before us in this past year to the mercy of our God. Praying for the faithful departed. It's an act of love, of charity, and to love others as we one day ourselves want to be loved, to be remembered, prayed for after our passing. So again, our lector will be naming those who have gone before us after this homily, and one of our parishioners will be present with the light for any of those who are present, family members who'd be coming forward. Otherwise, they will offer the light in remembrance. Early this morning, as our eyes opened, when we began to wake, what were our first words? Here in this gospel, one of the scribes comes to Jesus and asks him, "Teacher, which is the first, the greatest of all the commandments?" He responds, "The first is this, Hear, O Israel, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength." Jesus recites from the very first, the scripture from the very first reading we heard. He recites it from his heart, memorized. In Hebrew, it's known as the Shema. Hear, O Israel, you shall love the Lord your God with everything. Everything. At that time, every first century Jew had the Shema committed to heart, to memory. If you were Jewish, you knew it, you lived it, you breathed it. And you were to recite it not simply every day, but multiple times every day. Every morning, you shall love the Lord your God. Every evening to recite, you shall love the Lord your God. And they were even taught to recite this as their final words on earth. And Scripture, we would have went a little further in that first reading, it even urges parents to drill this into your children. Drill it into your children. Many Jewish people, they even would carry these words written out on a little piece of parchment in a compartment around their foreheads. Like how central having this teaching, this scripture, always with them, with us. And so early this morning, as our eyes opened, we began to wake, what were our first words? Was it, "Oh God, here we go, another day"? Or is it something like, "Oh God, another day, thank you. I love you, Lord, you're my strength"? Those same words we had from the psalm today. I remember a priest sharing that his first words as his eyes opened to another day, he says, "Yes, God, I love you. I love you." I want to do that. Don't we all want to do that? And it's actually very traditional. Perhaps many of us grew up learning this. still practicing it, making an act of love, an act of love. A prayer, a scripture, some set of words that we have committed to our heart that have become our habit to speak to God each and every day, whether good times or bad. In the traditional act of love goes, oh my God, I love you above all things with my whole heart and soul because you are all good and worthy of all my love. Do we have an act of love committed to our hearts? For me, it's even more simple. Just 4 words. It's like Peter on the shore of the Sea of Galilee. I let Jesus ask me, Father Paul, do you love me? Yes, Lord, I love you. That's my Shema, my act of love. What I have memorized, just 4 words. Yes, Lord, I love you. Find an act of love, commit it to heart, recite it every day so that we can love the Lord our God with all our heart.